Welcome back everybody to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Apple, stock is down 0.38%, so Apple getting down to 169.45 today, getting under this critical support 170, coming back up, and now just before closing trading at 171.60. So here on Apple stock, guys, the path is clear. This downtrend, it's still intact right here. It's not breaking out. We got this fake breakout, and then the news came out. We got this big bearish engulfing candle, and now 2 days Apple kind of flat. So 170 needs to hold. Below 170, that opens the door for a move all the way down to 166, and that's gonna be an absolute dip buy on Apple stock. Above 173, you're going to see a breakout. As long as Apple can actually take out this resistance right here, 173, and Apple can hold right here, you're going to see more upside all the way up to 177 and possibly up to even 180. And do not forget about this gap here on top, 186.79 on Apple. We just need that breakout confirmation, and that's going to happen if Apple can break and hold 173 right here on this daily chart. And looks like we got 20-day also now getting closer to 173. So that's going to be a key level to watch on any breakout to the upside. But also keep that in mind, it's on a downtrend, and below 170, Apple will come down to 166. And here's my X account, and if you guys are on there, definitely give me a follow. And there is no subscription, nothing here on X. It's totally free, and if you have a question, you can always ask me right here on X. And here's some fantastic plays from today, guys. The first one here, we all know that we got bad catalyst this morning on AMD from China, and this thing dumped over 4%. And right at opening, you can see this play that I took on AMD right here at 9:31 a.m. guys. By 9:33 and then 9:40 went through the roof, took profit on AMD. Now this is not the only one. AMD 180 calls when in the money, over the money. I mean, this was a fantastic day trade right here on AMD. Look at this play right here, guys. On. That is another semi stock right here. And look at this one here. This was cheap from 45 cents right at opening. Soon as the market opened, I got into on right here. And this thing also exploded from 45 cents. Some people got at 50 cents, 51 cents, 49 cents, exploded, got up to 95 cents to $1, and still trading green right now as we speak. And this was also a fantastic trade. I got 100% on and got out completely. So massive trades this morning on and also on AMD, and all these plays are available on Patreon. And if you guys are really interested and you're serious about trading, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. On AMD, it's down 0.62%. So AMD, you guys saw that fantastic play, guys. I mean, money is right and left. As long as you know what you're doing in the market. A lot of people think like, how come this guy is making money? It's so easy. It's not easy. I'm just following, what I usually do every day. And I do my homework before market opens. Wake up early, look at the market and see what I can play. And you guys saw that fantastic, beautiful play on AMD and also on I mean, exploded. Now AMD, right at opening, what happened, guys? Dumped. And this was a buy zone. So I got in and this thing exploded. Sold way before 180, guys. I mean, there was like maybe another 40% left on the table profit. So all these trade ideas are fantastic. As long as you have a stop loss, you got a game plan, you can trade pretty much anything and you can still make money here in this market. Now, a lot of people, they trade all day and guess what? Losing money, right? And that is not good. So here on Apple, guys, now that it's trading under 180, it cannot break above 180. And why 180 to look for here as a resistance? Because we got 5-day and 50-day sitting close to 180. So that level needs to break, and above that, I mean, this thing ran up to almost 183 today. So big breakout will happen on AMD above 180, and then this previous all-time highs 184. It needs to get above 180 and then 184, and then you're going to see AMD going up and filling this gap 188, possibly retesting 20-day moving average 190 to 60, and then we can talk about this gap 205.60. Right now, AMD on a downtrend. Now, below 180, there is nothing here but a support down here at 168, and then this gap 164.90. On Microsoft is down 1.35%, and Microsoft not even touching this previous all-time highs right here, and that's going to be a strong support to watch at around 420 to 421, getting down to 421.61, but not quite touching this previous all-time highs, also this breakout point right here. So here on Microsoft, guys, now it's trading below right here, 425.57. That's going to be a resistance to watch. And I said it before in my video that, after filling this gap, Microsoft needs to hold 425 to 426. And you can see clearly broke under that level, came all the way down to 421.61. And now it's kind of chopping in between 425 and 421. So above 425, path is clear, and this thing can go back up to 430 to 432, even 435, and below 425. Watch out for the support down here between 420 to 421, previous all-time highs, and also breakout right here. And below that level, you're going to see more dump off down to 415, 413, and then this gap 405.68. On Tesla stock is up 1%. So Tesla, we talked about it in my video over the weekend that we got two gaps, one on top and one on bottom. And most likely Tesla will close at least one gap this Monday. And this is exactly what we got, closing this gap just under 172, and now also holding at 172 after filling this gap on top. And this gap is still open. So, I mean, it's kind of also bear flagging right here. If you look at my screen, so Tesla here, guys, it needs to get above 180. Otherwise, watch out for the support now, 172. And below that, you're going to see immediate dump down to this gap, 165. And then we will also have support at 155 right here, lower Bollinger Band, and then 152. Tesla can clear 180 and can hold right up here. Then watch out, that's going to be a breakout for more upside all the way up to this gap, 186.72 on Tesla. On Meta, it's down 1.28%. So Meta again getting down to 500. And just like I said in my video over the weekend, that 500 will be a level to watch. And below that now, 497 20-day moving average, hitting 13-day moving average right here, close to 500, and getting a bounce going back up to 507, and now trading at 503. And also, if you look at my screen, cannot get back up above 504 to 505 right here. That's going to be a resistance to watch. We got 5-day moving average now sitting close to 505. So watch out, if this thing breaks above 505, then watch out for a move back up to 514 to 520. Below this level right here, 504 to 505. Look at this blue line, 5-day moving average. That's going to be a resistance. And below that, you need to watch the support down here, 500, 497, and then 490. And below 490, this thing can dump all the way down to 479.43, down to this gap, 469. On Amazon stock, it's up 0.5%. So Amazon getting far too overextended again today, getting up to almost 181, but not holding above 180. So once we get that breakout over 180, you're going to see Amazon going up to 182 and then 185. So far, I mean, look at this Bollinger Band on top. It's sitting at 180.51. So this Bollinger Band has to expand even further out, and then you're going to see possibly a breakout or a breakdown can happen also, because this thing, we have not seen any significant pullback. And so far, I mean, look at how many touches at 180. Right here, again today. So third time hitting and going above 180, but not able to break and hold 180. And pulling back and now closing at 179.71. So here on Amazon, guys, watch out. A key level right here, 178. And then we also have support at 176, rising 20-day moving average, and below that easy dump down to 173, and then this gap 170.23. Now also to the upside, Amazon can break and hold 180, then watch out for 182 and then 185. On Google, stock is down 0.41%, and look at this dip buying here on Google stock, guys. Now Google here getting down to 148.81, and if you actually caught this move, kudos to you. You can easily put a stop on a day trade just underneath 148. It would never get hit. And now you can see this thing getting down to 148.81 and now trading above 151. And into closing, I mean, look at this candle. That is bullish. Lots of dip buying on Google, and also holding above rising 5-day moving average, this blue line, which is sitting at almost 150, and that is holding into closing. So here on Google, guys, strong support at 150 and then 148, and below that we can talk about this gap getting filled at 144.34. As long as Google can hold right here 150 rising 5-day moving average, the next stop definitely 155 on Google. On Nvidia, stock is up 0.76%, so Nvidia again getting over 960, getting up to 967 and then pulling back and closing below 960, finding a strong resistance right here at 960. Now Nvidia here, guys, I was looking to short at 965 today. When I looked at it, 900 puts for this week, it was extremely expensive. So Nvidia to the point where I don't even like trading this stock, not on daily basis, because they want so much money for puts or even calls if you're buying when this thing is down. So I'm not even doing anything with Nvidia. It's just so expensive. I'm not going to get into Nvidia. I can trade AMD. It was really nice trade early in the morning. It was cheap. We got in, we got out, we made our money, and it didn't cost us a lot of money to trade AMD, where in this case you got to pay $1,000, $1,500 for one contract, and I can get 10 AMD for that money. So why would I go and trade this? It's better to go and trade something that is cheaper, and there is so many other names out there in the market. Why you got to trade Nvidia stock every day? It don't make sense because contracts are expensive right now. So here on Nvidia stock, it's going to have support right down here, and that's going to be 926 to 925, and below that we also have support now at 921, and then all the way down to 900 to 898, and then 875.58, rising 20-day moving average, and then 840 down to this gap 823. Now I don't think it's going to come down here tomorrow, but watch out for a breakout above 960. Nvidia can run all the way up to 974 and then possibly even hitting a fresh new all-time high, and that's gonna be easily 1000. So Netflix going absolutely flat on the day, and if you look at my screen, pull back to where 623 and into closing, holding above rising 5-day moving average 625, closing at 627.46. So here on Netflix, guys, it's just coiling up, and you can see also it's on a rising wedge right here, and it's just coiling up here. 630 breaks, you're going to see 635, 650, 680, even 700. That's gonna be a big breakout for more upside on Netflix. But below 630, there is a chance this thing can pull back. It's a rising wedge right here, and below this support 625 now, rising 5-day moving average, this thing will likely to pull back down to 13-day moving average 615, and then also down here to 20-day moving average 611.56, and then 604, 600, all the way down to 588. So above 630, that is a confirmation for more upside, and this thing can move up even more. And below 630, watch out. What do we got today? We got a doji indecision candle on Netflix. So this thing went nowhere today. And I think we'll find, what happens next. If this thing breaks under 5-day moving average, then there is going to be more downside. And also, if it breaks out above 630, then there is going to be more upside on Netflix. Let me know what you guys think. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys.